Okay, we've got a lot to talk about with the mystery drones today, guys. So get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Okay, to start with, we have this Assembly man in New Jersey, this politician who walked out of a meeting because of lack of answers.
You're here today. You were just inside. You walked out. Why?
I walked out because it was worthless. It was the biggest amateur hour presentation I've ever seen about anything, okay? It was ridiculous. There were no answers. Every question that was asked by a member of the state legislature, great questions, no answers, no resolution. They don't know where the drones are coming from. They don't know who's doing it. They don't know why they're doing it, but they say there's no credible threat. It was annoying to be there. I drove 2 hours to be here today, spent an hour in there. I got to drive 2 hours back. The biggest waste of 5 hours in my entire life.
So why do you think they called this meeting?
No idea. Why would you call a meeting and tell people you don't know anything? I have no idea. And then when the legislators would ask questions, there were no answers.
No answers, guys. He had to drive 2 hours there and back in the rain for no answers. That is nuts. And I hope you saw the video I made yesterday about the transforming object. It started as a bright orb in the sky, and then it transformed. Well, first of all, it was interacting with this other smaller object. There seemed to be some sort of energetic interaction there, and then it moves off and it transforms into this blinking object, not as bright, but something resembling what people are seeing and calling drones, or whatever they are, right? If you saw this from a distance, you would probably think it was a plane or a drone or something. But it started, just a few moments ago. It was this bright, burning light in the sky, and now it's this blinking thing that you could think was a drone, and that might be still changing shape even as it goes along to be more and more quote unquote drone-like. Crazy stuff, guys. Whatever is going on does seem to have an anomalous explanation, at least in part. And of course, this has been going on for a long time. It was October of 1975. At the time, Loring Air Force Base was a strategic air command base that housed two KC-135 tanker squadrons and a B-52 bomber squadrons. The strange affair began on October 27th. The aircraft was said to be flying at low altitude, estimated to be around 150 feet, and appeared to feature a red navigational light and a white strobe. So they've been seeing these objects for a while with these blinking lights. Ronnie Vernet has another one. The UAP is observed rapidly decelerating to a stationary hover, followed by the sudden emission of a sphere of light from the junction of the two wings, which expands to partially engulf the craft in a rotating sphere of light, at which point the available footage ends. That is wild, guys. This whole thing is nuts. This is in Louisiana. I think I shared that one with you. This is interesting footage from New Jersey, where you can see this line of lights in the sky. Not doing anything particularly anomalous, but not doing anything particularly unanomalous either. I don't think those are Chinese paper lanterns. You know what I'm saying? It goes on and on, guys. There's so much, and some of it does resemble drones. I think I've shown this before. They do. There are these drone-like things in the sky that people are seeing, including locally. A buddy of mine saw one of these things. This fellow. Let's see. Let's just listen. He saw a large one, the size of a 2-car garage.
Well, I saw a drone. If it was a drone, who knows what it was, but it was not the drone you see people fly. There's the picture. It was the size of a school bus. Literally the size of my 2-car garage. Well, I have a 1-car garage, the size of a 2-car garage.
And what happened when you saw it or you started taking pictures, et cetera?
Well, to back up a little bit, I'm coming home from On Patrol Live. It's 12:30 at night, and I get into Montclair, New Jersey, and I see the full moon. And I'm like, well, it can't be a full moon because the full moon was 2 weeks ago. All of a sudden, it's getting closer and closer. And then first, I think it's a plane, then a helicopter. Then it's hovering right over the woods as you're entering Montclair. And it's a drone literally 40 feet wide by 40 feet wide, hovering right over the woods. I pull over, get out of my car, forget about the phone. I'm just like looking at this thing, wondering what the heck it is. Then I said, oh, I should take a picture. I grab my phone, starts the second it like notices I'm out there, it just starts heading south. Grab the picture. The picture looks like a dot. It looks like, at the very most, like a Plan 9 from outer space flying saucer. But when I got a good close look at it, when it was only about 100 feet off the ground, maybe 150 feet off the ground, it looked like a drone on steroids, like literally a drone the size of a garage.
A drone on steroids. Okay, very interesting. And here's what Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene said about the lack of answers.
Well, number one, I'm going to call it total bullshit that no one knows what these are. And I think it's a slap in the face to the American people to say they don't know what this is. They can track down a guy that just killed a CEO, but they can't identify what nightly drones are and where they're coming from. I think that is absolutely disgusting to lie to the American people like this, and the truth needs to be told about it.
Yeah, but are they lying to the American people? Do they know where these objects are coming from or what is going on? I think that it's likely that some people in the control group do know what's going on if they're not directly responsible for it themselves. But I think that the mainstream government, they probably don't know what's going on. They may be consulting with the control group right now.
We have no idea where these drones are coming from. We have no idea where they're taking off from, where they're landing, what they're doing, or who's even doing them. This is a huge problem. And you have many people that are concerned, not only in the township of Pequannock, but in Morris County and in the entire state. The drones that are out now that are literally flying over my house, my community's house, the families in Pequannock, are the size of large SUVs, if not buses. The question is, I actually got this question from one of my residents, is how do we know, based on everything that's going on in the world today? I see it on YouTube, I see it on regular TV, all these drone attacks in Ukraine or Syria. How do we know that this isn't going to happen here? And here's the problem. I don't have a clear answer for them.
While you may not know what they are, apparently you were told what they are not. Can you share with us what they are not?
And so I asked a very straightforward question. Can you confirm to me that these drones are not U.S. military drones? And they said, yes, they are not U.S. military drones. And I said, can you confirm whether or not they are from a high-tech company, a company like Google or Amazon or let's say Elon Musk? They said, we can confirm it's not from them. So who are they from? Here's the problem. It's 2024, we're in America, and are you telling me that with all this technology, we're supposed to be the greatest place on earth? Are you telling me that people can just fly drones over New Jersey in the township of Pequannock and nobody has an idea of who are flying these?
Yeah, great questions. Great questions. There was also some great stuff that came up on Ross Coulthart on News Nation.
Very much so. Not only does it go back several years, it goes back decades. And, I've been looking at some very fascinating old government records that I can just think of one series of incidents that J. Allen Hynek actually wrote about in his book, The UFO Experience. And there are some really astounding government documents that outline exactly what we're seeing. Unknown objects with blinking red, green, white lights hovering, moving up and down rapidly over nuclear missile silos in Colorado, Wyoming, and Nebraska. And oh, by the way, that exact same pattern and series of events occurred in late 2019 and 2020, where hundreds of people were seeing these objects.
Oh gosh, I'm so pleased you mentioned this. So this is the Colorado swarms, is that
Correct.
right? The Midwest swarms.
Correct.
This is really interesting to me because I've needled people in the intelligence community about those so-called swarms, which were seen by police, by military, local TV reporters, and everybody just goes, they clam up. They won't talk about it. Yeah. And I don't know why. I mean, the interesting thing is you're saying that the deck...
Okay, so there you go. Ross has asked about the Colorado swarms, and they they clam up. He's just been fed. Yeah. Also talking to Merrick von Rennenkamp. Oh, excuse me, this is Joe Khalil. That was Merrick von Rennenkamp.
Not out loud. No senator is bringing that aspect into the story. I've heard that from other sources here on Capitol Hill, that as they're watching some of the videos that are coming forward, some of the characteristics that they have heard described fit more with the UAP category than with the others. And for instance, there's a, I don't want to get too specific about my sources, but we'll just say generally staff talking to me about the noises that are coming from or are not coming from some of these videos where they're seeing these things. And in some videos, you hear almost like a helicopter noise in the background, and for others you don't. And for the ones where you don't, most of the drones that we are aware of, maybe commercial ones or larger ones, right, you'd hear that kind of thing. So I'm hearing the conversation, but so far, up to including Senator Gillibrand, at least not yet, and I would love to talk to her now, no senator has brought that forward as a possibility. But what I am hearing from some senators is they're openly saying that we don't know the origin.
Don't know the origin. They say it's not a foreign power. They're saying it's not one of ours. It's not a high-tech company. It's not military. You know, what does that leave? What does that leave? New Jersey Governor Murphy, drone origin unknown. No evidence of public safety risk. Well, that's encouraging.
There to know we're not, listen, you're frustrated, so are we. But based on everything, and we're going to stay at it, I promise you this is our top priority, but based on everything we know, we don't see any evidence of a risk to public safety.
Okay, well, it's their top priority. I mean, I'd be shocked if it wasn't. It'd be nice if we could get some answers on what the hell is going on. Let's see, another great footage of the UAP UFO drones in North Carolina. Yeah, these things are all over, guys. Minnesota, Carolina, Louisiana, potentially other countries in addition to the UK. And you have these, you know, in some cases quite large objects with a whole bunch of lights on them. I'm not trying to be stealthy at all. These are not spy drones or whatever, or they don't seem to be. And, again, we don't seem to be able to shoot them out of the sky. We don't understand them. So, if these were Russian or Chinese vehicles, I would expect, Taiwan to be in mainland China by now, and Ukraine to be part of Russia if they have this sort of sophisticated technology. So I don't buy that. I actually believe the Pentagon that it is not a foreign adversarial nation. You can't always believe the Pentagon, but I think they are right about that because it doesn't make any sense for them to be a foreign adversarial nation. Yeah, here's New Jersey. This is another one from New Jersey. See the same sort of object, multiple objects with the blinking lights. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy, guys. I know I say that too much, but it's freaking crazy. Oh, man. This appears to be a genuine, huge UFO flap, likely the biggest UFO flap of all time, mixed in likely with some genuine drones and man-made vehicles, maybe from the, Black Project stuff that we are sending up to either obfuscate the situation or to determine what is going on with these objects. Unclear if the object in this video is anomalous or from one of those efforts. It is nuts. It's nuts. This is a really cool one, guys. This is an object. I
just found 3 mystery drones in the air.
Yeah, so you got these mystery drones. But you have this shape right here that almost appears to be a cloud in the shape of a plane, right? You can see the wings and the kind of the fuselage. Is it like manifesting a jet shape or something, or is that just a coincidental cloud shape?
This is wild. That was really quick.
Yeah, and you can see that other cloud, similar shape over there. Interesting.
What in the world is happening? What? Update, but that mystery drone up there is still there. It's been like maybe 10-15 minutes. It's still there. I just
It's still there, guys. Oh my God, what are we to do with all this? Well, here's what Willie Strieber says.
The beings, which I call the visitors, have had two consistent warnings from the beginning. From way back when we were starting to shoot the B-2 rockets experimentally at White Sands until now, they have been warning about the danger of nuclear weapons. They showed up in numbers after having been here for apparently thousands of years and just kind of monitoring us. After the first nuclear explosion went off, they showed up in large numbers and have been here ever since. Most people don't know this, but in 1946, the United States was the only power that had a nuclear weapon, and we got a hold of German V-2 rockets. And when we first started firing those rockets, someone started shooting them down. I'm sure that was the visitors' way of warning us about nuclear weapons.
Yeah, so is that what's going on right now with all the tensions building up to a potential world war? Are the beings making themselves known and maybe even turning off our nukes or doing something involving our military installations? Or are they just sending a message regarding that? You know, you've discovered the matches and we're going to take them away from you if you start playing with them again. Could it be something like that? Now, various experiencers, abductees who have encountered the beings and conversed with them, the beings have told multiple people that if indeed there is a nuclear war, they will intervene. They will stop the nuclear war. But if that happens, we will no longer be custodians of the planet. We will no longer be the preeminent apparent race on the planet. They will be the custodians of the planet, and we will just have to, shut up and do what we're told. And that's not, a good thing necessarily. So I don't really want that to be the case. I don't want that to be what's going on right now. They may be trying to send a message like a last warning before that happens. I think that, that is a potential possibility. What we're looking at right now, the phenomenon, making its presence known, getting attention, getting the public engaged in this, getting politicians talking about it and frustrated at the lack of answers from the government. It's all over the news. As CNN finally started covering it, they actually had a pretty good article about it. A nice, long, detailed article. Very, telling it like it is, not winking or sneering at what's going on. So, yeah, I mean, even CNN is starting to pick this up. It's getting, major attention. So whatever is doing this, whoever is doing this, they are doing it to get attention, and it is working. So if they are trying to send a message, don't F this up, guys. Don't, start a war. Don't, do these things. Because if you do, we will have to intervene overtly, and you will no longer be custodians of the planet. We will take over. At least that's what they have told various experiencers over the years would happen, and that could be what we're seeing playing out. So if they are trying to send a last warning before that happens, I really hope somebody is listening. But let me know what you guys think. It could be something else altogether. So let me know your thoughts on all of this crazy madness in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, thumbs up, like and subscribe, share on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. Love to see you guys there. Visit the merch store, become a channel member. Channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you so much. Meanwhile, there's plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Roads, signing out.